Hey and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Arteta to hold talks with Nicolas Pepe. Arsenal will hold talks with Nicolas Pepe over his future at the end of the season, according to the Evening Standard. The Gunners' wingers appears to have become surplus to Mikel Arteta's requirement at the Emirates. Pepe, who cost Arsenal a club record £72 million in 2019, hasn't started a Premier League game since October. He has just 900 minutes of competitive football under his belt for the Gunners this season, and in Arsenal's recent big wins over Chelsea and Manchester United, Pepe didn't even come off the bench. This summer, there is a good chance the Gunners will bolster their attacking ranks further. Arsenal need at least one new centre forward, but have also been linked with the players who can feature on the links. This would push Pepe even further down the pecking order. Earlier this week, The Sun reported that Arsenal were planning to listen to offers for the 26-year-old. The Gunners have apparently resigned themselves to making a big loss on their record signing. Likewise, Nicolas Pepe is getting increasingly frustrated with his lack of game time. "It's frustrating not to play," Pepe said back in March while on international duty with Ivory Coast. Arsenal will have surely been realistic for some time about the likelihood of receiving a decent fee for Pepe. He has shown glimpses of his outstanding quality, but this summer looks to be a crucial one for Pepe and Arsenal. Pepe will have 2 years left on his contract, so the Gunners may be wary of letting his deal run down any further before they cash in. Much may depend on the offers the Gunners receive for Pepe, but it's hard not to think that this summer may see the two parties go their separate ways. Real Betis set to return to Arsenal for another potential signing. Real Betis shopped at Arsenal in the summer when they signed Hector Bellerin on loan for the rest of the season. Toto Vigacese claims they are now looking to sign Alexandre Lacazette in the summer as a free agent. They have just won the Copa del Rey, which guarantees that they would play European football next season. They know they need to strengthen their squad to achieve success in the continental stage and see Lacazette as a goal scorer who can help their efforts. The report claims they have already held talks with the striker's entourage and hope to find an agreement by the end of the season. Lacazette has not shown he's good enough to lead our attack into the future, and we need a better striker. The Frenchman is also heading into his 30s, and we haven't been lucky with giving new deals to players around that age. We can only wish him luck on his next adventure with Betis or any other suitor. Our focus is now on finding new strikers who can bring more goals to our team for the next campaign. Ex-Arsenal man makes a bold claim about William Saliba. Mikhail Sylvester believes William Saliba needs another season out on loan from Arsenal, despite his fine form at Olympique Marseille in this campaign. The defender is yet to play for the Gunners since they signed him in 2019, and he has spent most of his career out on loan. He keeps getting better and even earned a France Cup recently because of his fine form at Marseille. Some fans and pundits expect him to compete for a place in the Arsenal team in the next season, but Sylvester thinks otherwise. He argues that Saliba will struggle to break into the team ahead of Gabriel Magalhaes or Ben White, and he believes keeping him on the bench behind those two will stall his development. It would be better to send him out on loan again to a club where he can get regular playing time. The former defender said, as scouted by The Sun, "If you look at Gabriel and Ben White, I think that should be the partnership for next season. If Saliba comes in, he will be a backup. He's still young and I would be tempted to give him another year on loan so he can become even more consistent. He has improved on this loan, but there have been some games where he wasn't at his best level. To develop and to become a big part of Arsenal for the future, if you put him on the bench after playing a full season for Marseille, that would be a backward step in his development. They have to make a big decision on his future." Arsenal has a big decision to make on the future of Saliba in the summer, and it would be very tough for them. The defender deserves to stay at the club, but it would not make any sense if he remains and cannot get enough playing time. Fabrizio Romano confirms that Arsenal target Jonathan David is up for sale. Jonathan David will be available for sale this summer in an enormous boost to Arsenal, who have been looking to add him to their squad. The Sun confirms the Gunners are still monitoring the Canada international, and they would look to add him to their squad at the end of this campaign. Mikel Arteta's side needs to bolster their attack when this season ends as they rebuild their team under the Spanish boss. Arsenal could lose Edin Ketia and Alexandre Lacazette when their contracts expire in this summer, and they have a wish list of new attackers who they will sign. In a boost to their chances of landing David, Transfer Insider Fabrizio Romano has revealed that the 22-year-old will leave Lille this summer. He tweeted, "Lille are already prepared to sell some players this summer." Jonathan David's rise from January 2018 has been excellent, and top clubs have his name in the list. David's now Lille top scorer with 17 goals this season, and he's just 22. His price tag is around 50 million euros. David has been in stunning form in this campaign, and he features highly on Arsenal's list of targets. He's developing rapidly, and he has shown enough to merit a move to the Emirates. It remains unclear if he's our transfer priority, but if we would sign up to 3 strikers, then he should be among them. Fabrizio Romano confirms Arsenal target Gianluca Scamacca for sale. Fabrizio Romano insists that Gianluca Scamacca will move clubs this summer despite signing a new contract with Sassuolo, opening the door for Arsenal to make a move. The Gunners have made a new striker their number 1 priority ahead of the summer transfer window, with both of Edin Ketia and Alexandre Lacazette expected to leave the club when their current contract expires in the coming month, leaving just Folarin Balogun as the only senior option for the role. While we are being linked with a number of options, Gianluca Scamacca is one who we are claimed to have already attempted a move for, as reported by FC Inter News. Claims that he will be allowed to leave in the coming windows surely enhance the likelihood that we could turn to him, although it seems unlikely that we will be unchallenged if we did attempt to sign him. Yes, he will leave Sassuolo, Romano said on Rio Ferdinand Presents 5. He extended the contract a few days ago, but he will leave Sassuolo. It was an extension to allow a potential loan with obligation to buy clause. So that's why he extended the contract, and yes, there are many clubs interested in him. In January, Borussia Dortmund were asking about him. There are many clubs interested. The 6 feet and 5 inches striker is certainly an interesting target. His height obviously makes him stand out for their own reasons, but he is surprisingly adept with his feet. Of his 13 goals this season, only 2 were scored with his head, and he even added a free kick goal to his tally against Spezia last month also. Manager sets a huge asking price for Arsenal target Ruben Neves. Arsenal have been heavily linked with a move for Wolverhampton Wanderers star Ruben Neves, and Wolves boss Bruno Lage has just revealed his transfer demand. The Gunners' priority in the upcoming summer transfer window will be to sign at least 1 top quality striker, if not 2. However, they will have also need a new central midfielder to compete with Granit Xhaka and Thomas Partey. Mikel Arteta's side were reportedly keen to sign Arthur Melo from Juventus in January, but that deal didn't materialize. Leicester City star Yuri Tielemans is also said to be a target, and he would be a fine signing as well. Sky Sports, however, revealed this month that Neves is Arteta's top target this summer, and the Portugal international is also attracting interest from La Liga giants Barcelona. In a Bruno Lage press conference yesterday, he said, as per the Mirror, "We need to wait for an offer. We don't have anything. We need to wait for an offer and understand what really happened. What is good for the club, good for the player. For me, it's clear. If I want to work with Ruben, yes. If you ask the player if he wants to work for me, for sure he will say yes. But this is football, and you never know what can happen in the next day. We can prepare the best strategy for what we want. That is the best players on the pitch. I don't have any problem with anyone in that position, but if I have everyone available, I will pick Ruben. It's clear because that's what I did since the first day. He can give us a different dimension. He's a big player and our first choice for that position. We need to be ready for everything. A player like Ruben Neves has a value of £100 million. Anything can happen, not just with Ruben. It's really hard to imagine that any club will pay £100 million for Neves. Arsenal may not even be willing to pay half of that, which could cost the Portugal midfielder his big move this summer. Edu is now deep in negotiations to sign Gabriel Jesus. Negotiations between Edu and the representatives of Gabriel Jesus over a move to Arsenal are advanced, says David Ornstein. Journalist Ornstein, who's generally on the pulse when it comes to goings on at the Emirates Stadium, gave an update on the situation on Sky Sporting News. Jesus has been linked with a move to Arsenal in recent days, and his response has been scoring 5 goals in his last 2 matches. Ornstein said that Jesus is open to swapping Manchester for North London, but that no talks have happened between City and Arsenal, which of course is a significant step to take. Manchester City have got a bit of an issue there because they are trying to bring in Erling Haaland, and they've got Julian Alvarez too coming from River by the looks of it. So there is a very good chance Gabriel Jesus will leave, he said. He's out of contract in 2023. We are not aware of any new contract talks being on the horizon, and Arsenal are very interested. They have held talks through their technical director Edu via Gabriel Jesus representatives, who they know very well from Edu's time where he was technical director in Brazil. There are no talks yet to my knowledge between the clubs, so that is a significant step which would still need to be taken. But the early indications are that Jesus would be open to making this move, in theory, so let's see what happens. We know Arsenal need and intend to bolster their front line. Jesus is someone who fits the bill. He can drop deep and pull wide, and that is what Mikel Arteta is looking for in one of the potentially 2 forwards he recruits in this summer. It's just one to keep an eye on. Nothing is advanced in terms of club to club, but I think it's gone quite far in terms of those talks between Edu and Jesus' camp. I will be uploading daily Arsenal news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.